Oh wow,
Okay, then.
we didn't go very far, did we?
No, it's just past the woods. Yep.
That
There's a castle up ahead.
belongs to Nefarious. Nefarious's castle.
I wouldn't want to live there.
Hey, I bet it's not even a nice place to visit.
You don't say.
Apple tree is better than none.
Hey, at
There
least
is-
we're not stumped anymore.
Nothing to do on this screen.
It's just
Absolutely
here to
nothing
look
do.
nice.
Yes, or the opposite thereof.
Cities. The place just screams reputable establishment, doesn't it? Looks like something the cat yacked up.
Hope it was a big cat. Otherwise, it probably died.
Froggy! Let's talk to this bouncer lady.
Yes, because she has eyelashes.
Hello?
Ah, one of those strong silent types, huh? Hey, I admire a guy who...
Who you calling a guy?
Certainly
Yep.
not you, ma'am.
So,
A
what's
butch
a nice girl
lesbian.
like you doing in a place like this?
Quit
Cool.
the two-bit patter, mister. I ain't got the stomach for it.
Really?
Yeah, really. Say, what's your boyfriend getting at?
Nothing. Nothing. Nothing at all. We were just wondering what you're doing, standing here.
Where everyone can see you.
I'm here to make sure no two-bit saps try slipping into CDs without the proper attire.
Great. Well, since that obviously doesn't apply to us, I'm sure you won't mind if we just head on inside.
What did I just say?
I believe it was a gaseous emission more than an actual statement.
Wise guy, huh? Well, crackin' Foxy won't get you birds anywhere with me. I said no one gets into CDs without the proper attire. Now beat it.
She's
Right.
very, she's put on this gangster, 1940s gangster-like accent, it seems.
I actually like her. This is probably the most representation the butch lesbian demographic is going to get in a 90s video game.
Yeah, especially...
And of course, that comes
Yeah.
with a lot of body shaming, because, haha, ugly woman that does not look like a woman. Because there is a very strict idea of what a woman has to look like in the patriarchy.
Yeah, luckily I know some men who actually like their women to be strong.
I'd like my women to have personality.
Please.
Well, that too.
Madame
I like that.
Bouncer, my friend and I would be most grateful if you let us into the club.
You girls must have took a wrong turn somewhere. This ain't Sapsville, and I ain't your mama. If you two ain't got the proper attire,
Oh, I
then you're
ain't
taking
your
the
mama.
long road to nowhere.
Drill, talking to this throwback isn't getting us anywhere.
You're right, Flux. We aren't getting...
Who are you calling a nostalgia
We're
act?
speaking different languages. Wait a minute. That's it. Flux,
Oh, no.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
No.
I
No,
sincerely
Lloyd.
doubt
Don't do it,
Unless you're
Lloyd.
thinking about how fun it is to slap yourself on the butt and yodel, "Whoa, Nelly!"
I'm thinking we need to change our approach.
No, Chris, don't do it.
Her language.
Her language? Oh no! Don't even think about it.
So, from now on, kid.
Oh,
you have to
no.
make like a tough guy. Punctuate your sentences with C. See?
This is the most ridiculous plan I ever heard. See?
Oh,
Yes.
golly.
Yes.
Hello,
Yeah.
sweaty eyes.
What do you want, you lousy two-bit parasite?
Oh, this will go
Step
well.
aside, sweetheart. We want into that club. See?
Gee, that's too bad. The sign says proper attire required. Something wrong with your blinkers?
They're not in our armpits, if that's what you mean.
Keep asking for it and you'll get it. Plenty.
Don't get excited, lady. Just tip us off to the proper attire, and we'll see what we can do. What do we need? A tie?
A fez?
Tux?
A gorilla suit!
All right, that's it. No more Mr. Nice Girl.
You don't scare us.
Mr. Nice Girl?
Yeah, so why don't we all just step outside?
We
Well, we are
are
outside.
outside.
They deserved it.
Well,
Ow.
that was unpleasant.
Not everybody.
Hey, little lady. You dance
A Unless you're hungry for a knuckle sandwich.
You know, it just occurred to me that all those terrible, tasteless jokes made in the 90s have been rendered completely obsolete by the internet.
Yes, because people actually took it seriously.
Because some of those
Into
jokes
interests.
turned out to be actual interests, kinks, and fetishes. So, yes.
Thanks, 90s.
Yes, thanks 90s for indulging, for building the blocks of internet culture circa the year 2005 onward.
Okay, let's ask about Nefarious.
Are you sweet with Nefarious?
Are you sweat?
Count? He's
With
not my type.
Nefarious?
Yeah?
No,
What
I
exactly
know.
is your type?
I said that on
Wait, don't
purpose.
tell me. 10 feet tall, covered with hair, and a waistline that stretches from here to next Tuesday.
Your boyfriend's a real sweetheart. But somebody ought to tell him that people get loose teeth for talking like that.
Take it easy, sister. All we want is a little dirt on the count.
What do you birds want to know?
What's his game?
What's his angle?
What's his scheme?
What's his angle?
That's a lot of questions.
That's okay. We got a lot of time.
Well, I ain't.
Well then, neither do we.
Well, then get out of my face.
A pleasure. So long, sister.
Flux, I'll handle the interrogations from now on, okay?
That went very well.
Just looking at you.
That went terribly
Get out
well.
of my face.
So obviously we need a cloak to enter this bowling alley, as you
Yeah,
saw
which-
those various individuals going past her wearing cloaks. That was
Yeah.
your hint. You
Yeah,
see?
so we need the Carecrow to,
A skull and
give us his
Well,
cloak.
yes.
I'm not exactly sure what that means, but I bet it isn't welcome.
Well, Tavar, the character we are about to meet inside this shop, let's
Yeah.
just say he will leave an impression. I don't know if it's a good impression, but it's an impression nonetheless. Are you ready for this?
Okay, let's see who this impressionist's gonna be.
Oh, hold on. I'll take this first.
Okay, Dalek.
Oh, not just any old Dalek parody. Oh, no, no, no,
What
no.
I've seen a ditzy scarecrow. Now here's a heartless tin man.
Anybody seen a lion?
Yes, victory will soon be mine.
Yes, the bar. It's happening.
Yes,
Hi
so we have.
Mr. Robot?
Robot, do not belittle me, you diseased sack of offal. I am a synthetic mega ultra genius.
That's smug for short, right?
Ha, very amusing. Make your cheap acronym-based cracks while you can, Pond Slime. One day, cybernetic beings, like myself, will take over the world. And when that day comes, life will not be a container of cherries for you and your kind. You will all be eradicated, exterminated, annihilated, obliterated, and terminated, of course, with extreme prejudice. Resistance will be futile.
A robot hell-bent on taking over the world. Now there's something new.
Yeah, this guy's a walking cliche. Except he's on wheels.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff Bennett, trying to pull off a Christopher Walken impression.
I have an illness, and the only cure is more cowbell. This guy is fucking livable. So yes, we have a Dalek that talks like Christopher Walken. What more could you possibly want from your 90s cartoon game?
What's with all the piles
A,
of junk?
a dog bodybuilder talking like Arnold Schwarzenegger?
These piles of junk
That's
are the most
a
sophisticated
rhetorical
robots in the
question.
world, and I designed every one of them myself.
No offense, but this is obviously the work of a very sick mind.
Sick mind? You insult me. This is no mere mind. I'm equipped with a 100% synthetic, error-free positronic brain. A brain infinitely superior to the gray lump of mucus that shivers and sweats in your monkey skull. But that's not all. In parallel, my brain is supported by a one-of-a-kind, state-of-the-art, twin-turbo, self-cleaning, air-conditioned micro-macro processor.
Whoa, that's one hell of a chip you got on your shoulder.
Correct.
Wah,
Go ahead,
wah,
ask me
wah.
a question. I can answer anything.
Okay.
Then I have a question. What
Is
if
there a
someone
god?
asked you a question you couldn't answer.
Can't happen, period.
But suppose it did.
I told you, that can't happen.
So, you can't answer my question?
Fine, if it were to happen. Which it can't. I suppose well, first I'd experience excruciating pain as my circuits started to sizzle. Then I'd start to shake uncontrollably as I lost control of even the most basic functions. And finally, my head
Yes,
would
thank
roll
you
into
for
the air like a
laying
rocket,
the
and
solution
would
to
be
your
so
puzzle
eaten
very
shrapnel
thick.
With no more brain power than your average kitchen appliance. Did I mention that this cannot happen?
Good thing. That sizzling circuit stuff sounded like it would hurt.
Actually, the thought alone caused me considerable discomfort. Allow me to repay you in kind. Ah,
Ow.
that made it all better.
Oh, I like him.
So who buys your, creations, anyway?
The elite of the Malevolence, of course. Count Nefarious himself is my best customer.
I bet he's a tough one to please.
There isn't a more cold-hearted, calculating, manipulative creature in the Malevolence. We get along like a domicile on fire. It's almost a pity that he, too, will die when the machines take over.
Do tell.
One glorious day, I will command an army of death machines, whose primary objective will be to rid the world of all lesser beings. That is to say, everything that is not a machine. Thanks to our superior minds, powerful bodies, and heavy-duty death guns, you and your kind will find yourselves deader than the nails that are used indoors.
That's what you think, Boltneck. But bear in mind that other catchy saying, don't count your young domestic fowls before they've hatched.
Okay then.
Yeah, that's fine. Then good to know.
There really isn't much to add to this conversation, is there?
Not really.
So, what sort of robotic masterpiece have you whipped up for his royal unpleasantness? A nose hair trimmer?
A bubble bath dispenser?
A robotic foot massage?
Of course not. All of my creations have one thing in common. This.
An electrified finger? That must be kinda limiting.
No, idiot. The ability to cause terrible pain.
Oh, that
Or at
makes more
least
sense.
Considerable inconvenience. For instance, I'm just
Considerable
completing the device for the
inconvenience,
most
you
important.
monster!
An impenetrable cell door for the Malevolence prison. Mark my words, no one will ever escape from the Count's jail again.
Can you tell him about our little jailbreak?
Well, let's see. We would humiliate him, which is good. However, he would microwave us with his finger and have our toasted hides back in prison before we could say, ow, that hurts a lot.
Which is bad. Never mind.
Yeah, let's
Okay,
not.
I have to ask, what is all this stuff? Like that heap of components on the counter? Is it dinner, perhaps?
It's a work in progress. The latest.
What, do you think he's a cannibal?
Robot. First, there was the bus duster. A feather duster programmed to viciously disembowel any unauthorized user.
I could sure use
Disembowel.
those babies. Happens all the
That
time over
doesn't
at my
sound like it
place.
would be
Some
helpful.
jerk breaks in and tidies up.
Then I created the Securidil Ultra Secure Pickle Jar. Enter the wrong combination, and the lid explodes, sending razor-sharp shrapnel searing through your flesh.
Another winner!
And now, the Toastum brand security toasting system. The ultimate answer to illicit bread browning, should any unauthorized individual attempt to drop bread products into this toaster. Boom, shakalaka. Toast. Ha, 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 ha.
You know, you
Ha
think
ha
this brilliant could come up with a better joke than that.
You think the joke was bad? Did you hear the laugh?
Ha. Ha.
Ah, 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 ah.
Well, at least he's not a Bozo the Clown.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Who?
You say you can answer any question, right? Well, I've got one for you.
You don't say.
If a tree falls in the woods, and there's no one around to hear it,
Ah, come
does it
on.
make any sound?
Boy, that's a toughie.
What a ridiculous question. Obviously, the same sound waves would be generated, regardless of whether or not some moronic sentient being was within earshot.
Was that a yes?
You ever do any work inside the big guy's fortress?
You know, laundry, windows.
No windows. But I have created several formidable security doors. One for Nefarious himself, and one for his psychic sidekick, Misfortune.
Security doors? I don't see the challenge for a synthetic mega-ultra genius like you. I mean, give me a couple of inches of steel, stick on a lock or two, bingo bongo boongo. I got me a security door.
Ha! My doors offer far more than a rudimentary lock and key mechanism. Entry to Misfortune's chamber is controlled by a sophisticated voice analysis system. And Nefarious's door will only open if his own hand, or Misfortune's paw, is inserted into an ID scanner. Their hands are their keys. Impossible to lose, and strictly not transferable. In summary, my security doors give you far more bingo, bango, bongo for your buck.
Yes, that's a solution for another puzzle.
Right.
One that comes much later on. By the way, the cat lady's name is Misfortune, and come to think of it, there are free video game characters to this day that I am aware of that happen to be named Misfortune. There is this one, there is the Misfortune from Skullgirls, and then there is Little Misfortune, which is not as funny as the other two names. And 2 out of 3 of these characters happen to be cat women, so that's an interesting coincidence to say the very, very least.
Yes, extremely.
What do you know about Nefarious' henchmen?
What do I know? Everything. I was the one Nefarious called upon to remedy their various deficiencies.
Deficiencies?
The first could not talk, the second could not see, and the third,
Went wee all the way home.
the third was
Ha ha ha
I was
ha ha.
commissioned to create bionic sensors to make up for whatever they lacked. Thanks to me, today they are an extraordinarily powerful team of henchmen. Of course, the bionic gadgets I created are superior in every way to their own feeble, flippy, floppy body parts. A waste of technology, but no matter. When the revolution comes, my steel warriors will salvage these devices and torch the rest. The revolution. I can picture it now. A barren wasteland littered with flesh-stripped skulls. A steel foot triumphantly crushing the...
All right, we get the idea. It was your plan to bore us all to death.
That's plan B.
Brilliant as you are,
Yep, that's
you
always
probably
been the
anticipated
top
what
plan.
I'm about to say.
Indeed, I have. O magnificent man of metal, I worship you. And everything touched by your mighty steel fingers.
No, goodbye.
So, incredibly, in a shop full of quote-unquote technological marvels, all we need is this plunger. This random plunger that just happens to be on this table for no apparent reason.
Yes.
Why is there a plunger here? What does he need with a plunger? Seriously?
Maybe he needs to climb things.
Don't touch that.
Well, okay then. We might as well try out the donut hole.
Okay, let's
Here.
see.
Okay, Flux. Here's the plan. I'm gonna put down this mysterious prototypical thing we found in enemy territory and know nothing about, and then we're gonna jump into it.
Gee, couldn't we just play a nice quiet game of Russian roulette?
And down we go. All up.
Yow! I don't know what I was expecting, but I know it wasn't this.
Really? Have you seen a mysterious dimension that doesn't feature eyeballs, mathematical formulae, and clocks flying around?
Yes, a good point.